I don't know why that video stopped. But anyway, I tied the weight right to it. Left it in that loop. And now I'm going to go about 12 inches up. Drop the weight, let it dangle. About 12 inches up. Take your line, put your two fingers together with the line. And you want to leave like 5-6 inches away from the weight. Okay, so you got your weight here. You want to leave about 5-6 inches with the weight. So what I do is I take the line and rub it around my fingers. I do it the quick way. And I just tie knots like I'm tying the knot for the weights. I do 4 times in, 4 times in. All right, just like this. 4 times in. And I want to get it as long as I can. I like it long. And then you pull nice and tight. And then you have your first little loop right here above the weight where you hook your hook to. And then I go about 18 inches up. And I do the same thing. So I will take the top part of the mono to the bottom part. I'll make sure it hangs not too close to the next hook. And I will do the same thing. Take it and just tie a regular knot. Through, and through. And then you pull. Okay? And then you get your next little loop for the hook, which is okay. There's other ways to do it, stronger ways to do it, but I haven't lost a fish this way yet. Okay, then yeah, this is the part where you got to get this little loop inside the hook hole. So you pinch where you want. You pinch that really tight, I use size 2.0 hooks. All right. Size 2.0 bait holder hooks. That's what I use. They got a little rusty because the gulp juice decided it wanted to leak on it. What are you gonna do? You get that loop really tiny. You run it through the hook hole. Okay. Start it just like that. You run it through the hole, and then you put the hook through that loop you made and pull. Now you got your hook on there. Same thing for the next one. Make your little tiny hole, tiny little piece to go in the hook hole. Sometimes the hook holes are smaller, or they're claw, or whatever the case is. All right. I'm sorry, guys, this isn't the best video. I'm just getting started. This is good. So that hook hole needs to be really tiny. Maybe I got another hook mixed in with these 2.0s. Don't like that. Back to the 2.0, because that wasn't the right one. Okay. These are rusty. They still work. I'm gonna get nice and packed tomorrow. So you're gonna put this in the hole of the hook again. Okay. And you're gonna run that hook right through the loop you made, and pull. So now you got, here's what you got so far. You got your 2 hooks. Fucking bugs. Excuse my language. You got the hook here, right? You got the one hook here. It's about 10 inches away from where I tied my braid. And then another about 16 inches down, you got your other hook. Alright? And then you got your weight on the bottom, which you could easily exchange for a 1 ounce or an 1.5 ounces or 3 ounce, but I don't like to use 3 ounce. That's a little too heavy. Alright? And then I usually just jig gulp. If I'm using live bait, I usually run 1 hook instead of 2 hooks. But I'll take my gulp, just like this, right through the top. You want to go through the whole thing. You want that hook to come out near the tail. So scrunch it up nice. You want to come near the tail because the fluke like to hit the back end of it. Notice you get a lot of tails come off your gulp. So you hook it just like that, okay? And you can even run your gulp past the top end of the hook, which is what I do. So I usually put the bigger one on the bottom, and I'll put the smaller gulp on the top. So I like this. It's got not much of a tail, but let's go with the white. Well, it doesn't have much of a tail. A white swimming mullet. Okay, actually this is a small grub, small white grub. Okay, so again, hook through the top as far as you can down. You want that to cover the whole hook, and you come out before the tail, and you pull. So get that past the hook, and get just like that. So when you're jigging, you got the tail end, but your hook is close to it. Okay. So now I got my setup here. Alright, this is what it's gonna look like. If you could see it, hopefully you can. Got my weight on the bottom. I got my gulp about 12 inches up, my next gulp, and the following gulp about 16 inches up from there. And I usually do a jigging motion. Bounce it. Don't stop. Just let it keep jigging. You'll feel the hits. This is the exact rig that I'm going to use tomorrow morning. And I'll let you guys know how I do tomorrow morning. I'll try to get some videos. And happy fishing to all you guys. And I hope you guys kill it. You know, I learned this rig from somebody, and I hope somebody else could learn this from me. There may be other ways out there to do it. Better ways, but I haven't lost fish this ways with the hook knots. So go with the gulp if you're gonna jig. All right, I got a mixture of gulp here. That's my small container, and I like the Trilene. I like Trilene 17-pound mono. A lot of people use the Sea Guard, but I've done well with the Trilene. So, and always have nail clippers with you, always. The pliers, whether they get rusty or they don't cut the braid, you gotta have nail clippers. All right, guys. So there's your there's your setup. I'm gonna take the gulps off, because if you don't and you leave them overnight, you're not gonna have a fun time taking them off your hook tomorrow morning. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Good luck. Fish on.